Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Big City Greens Season 2 Episode 21, and it's called Chipocalypse now. And this is a big episode. It takes in full of the two segments. Some people call it part 1 and part 2. I'm just gonna call it Chipocalypse now and just do one video. And yeah, I'm getting to this review a little bit later than usual. I was doing on other stuff. I was also doing a mini review for the Owl House also, so I was also kind of preoccupied with that, even though that doesn't really take long, and just the thought process and stuff like that. Also rewatching this episode and getting my thoughts together on it. That took a while also. And I did that part later than usual also, so that kind of reflected into that. Let's see. So I just want to say something. I'm gonna mention it again, but I love how it's like not a perfect family photo. You just have Bill trying to get a hold of the camera. Don't mind that noise if you heard that. Just don't mind it. You have Bill trying to take control of the camera, the animals, the chicken going haywire, Cricket acting crazy, bumping into Grandma obviously being upset, Nancy acting silly, Tilly waving her arms around, and she's acting goofy. Phoenix is the only chill one. She's the only chill one. But besides Bill holding this photo, we're not here yet. First things first, we actually get a recap, which I think is really cool. We have, it's kind of like them talking to the audience, but they're actually talking to Nancy, because basically Cricket's like, yeah, Chip bought Big Coffee, now Gloria and I don't have our jobs. And Tilly's like, oh yeah, he's gonna take over our house, and Alice is like, oh yeah, that man's got Madwood power, and Bill's like, yeah, I think he's plotting even something more evil as we speak. What should we do, Nancy? I was like, oh, they're talking to Nancy. And then Nancy's like, wow, you guys had this whole situation going on. I just came over to see if you guys liked my new cowboy hat. Did you say cowboy or cowgirl? Because I think the hats are becoming more gender fluid now. Wait, no, actually, she just said hat. Yeah, I think she just said hat. Yeah. Sorry. I wanted to see if you guys liked my new hat. I liked it, but she just threw it away. This is not the time to talk about that. Because even they were giving faces like, Nancy, really? They're knocking on the door. And oh my goodness, it's Chip, and I like his new suit. He's more confident. He still acts like a child. Blah. But that's his character. And he's with his goons. And then Cricket's like, Chip, and it's like, oh hey Greens, came to tell you the good news. This will be a wholesome food. I'm coming next door. And Bill's like, yeah, just like you said, it's gonna be next door. Oh, but the good news that I came to tell you is gonna be on both sides of your house. And they're like, they already knew about Big Coffee, but they didn't know about the apartment complex. It's like, wait, that means no. Like, where are you guys going? And we have Mr. Gregorian. We have, what's his name, Brett? Yeah, Brett, and there's this old lady. And so, like, you guys aren't really leaving, are you? And Brett's like, I'm sorry, but Chip bought our whole apartment complex. And then Gregorian's like, it's how you say, it's cruel and unfair. And they're and Brett's like, okay, dude, so let's hit the road. And I'm assuming everyone left, or Chip will be charged with murder, because and Cricket and Tilly are obviously upset because that's their friends. And Cricket's like, oh, okay, Chip, you really crossed the line. If I can find a way to launch a chicken into space, then I can find a way to stop you. And Chip's like, did you say something? I'm wearing earplugs. And Cricket's like, why are you wearing earplugs? To do this. And he has this T-Team puller. I meant just in like the sneak peek. And then boom, Big Coffee and the apartment complex, smithereens. There's smoke everywhere, fire everywhere. All that's left is the Green's house. And then Cricket's like, Big Coffee, the apartment complex, they're all gone. And we have Chip laughing, and they're like kind of like, huh? And then Chip's like, bingo bango. Oh my goodness. And we have the new theme song. Oh, I like it. And it was like, it's a very dark undertone. I really like it. For this episode. And we had the wholesome food being built around the Green's house, and we had to say goodbye. We even had Tilly put her hand to Anush's paw through the window because they're buds. Because Tilly loves cats, and she had to go away because Mr. Gregorian had to leave because of Chip buying the apartment. And and the theme song ends with the big city green sign falling down. So it's only wholesome foods. It's really sad. And big sign, Chipocalypse now. Yeah, we are in the Chipocalypse. We're in an apocalypse. and basically, I like how Cricket's like, it took 1 week for them to build this whole thing, and Alice is like, yep, they build, because Alice knows by personal experience that they build fast, because remember, this was her land, and then, well, not her whole entire land, but, the whole country land belonged to a bunch of people, including Alice, and Big City just kept them building and ignore that. Just kept them building and building. So Alice is like, yeah, they build fast, but shoddy building codes. Oh, I wonder if this is gonna fall apart. It might. And basically they're kind of thinking the way of. Ooh, sorry. Whew. I think they're finding a way to attack, and then Bill's like no. The Chip's obviously trying to provoke us, and Cricket kind of makes a little point like, Dad, we shouldn't, like, look, it's attracting bats because they're like, we're living in the shadow of our competitor, our enemy. Like, our crops won't grow. Tilly's sleeping schedule's out of whack, and Tilly's like, wait, what time is it? So she's obviously, her body's like not doing well, and like, we need food for business. What are we gonna do? We need to do something. And Bill's like, to tell you the truth, Cricket, I think we need to move on and probably move out of here. What is it like? It's not confirmed, but I just think that, like, just like you said, there's not really much we can do. But in the meantime, to make money, I'm gonna figure some crops to grow in the dark, and I'm gonna see if crops can grow in the dark, which, like, mushrooms can. So. And Nancy's like, Bill, you shouldn't garden angry. I actually like this because they were married once, so Nancy obviously knows Bill's good and bad habits, so she obviously knows that Bill gardens angry, so she's trying to comfort him. I love that. I'm sorry about that. I was gonna say that I really like the good message of, even though these two parents are no longer together, they're still friends. And I'm really glad that we had that episode in, what was it, in season 1 and season 2? I forgot, but it was like a harvest episode. It was like a season, yeah, it was season 1. It was like a Thanksgiving type of episode. Wait, was it season 2? I can't remember anymore. But it was like a Thanksgiving type of episode. And basically, Nancy, and that was an episode where Nancy and Bill were trying to get along and reestablish their friendship because of their, I would say, not pretty recent, but recent divorce. So I'm really glad that we had that episode, and they had a couple more episodes where they know that they can count on each other. I love that. So Nancy's like, hey Bill, you shouldn't garden angry. And obviously Alice is war hungry, so she's like, oh, Bill might not want to deter for it, but your Chip is provoking us, so we need to provoke back. And obviously Cricket and Tilly are gonna do what Grandma says, and they agree. So they go in and they sabotage. There's a guy that, oh, apples. So they're like, oh, and the apples are all being bitten. Cricket and the pig Herbert are biting the apples. Alice made what was it? It was like a can of nuts, and she made like 500 per nut. And the lady's like, 500 per nut. She's like, And even Alice is like, what the heck? She's like, oh man. Because Alice had a really good idea, but apparently that lady didn't care. She's gonna have her nuts. Okay. And we had Tilly and Cricket kind of saying happy birthday on the birthday cake. And we have Gloria saying, it was kind of sweet that Gloria was sort of covering for them in a way. It's not fully said, but you can tell that she was kind of doing it. And Gloria said, "Hey, guy, you guys had to have to stop." And they're like, "Gloria," and Cricket said, "Gloria, you working for Wholesome Foods, like for the enemy?" And Alice is like, "Traitor." And Tilly's like, "I thought we were family," because they all worked together at some point in Big Coffee. And Gloria's like, "I don't need a family right now. I need a job because your feud with Cricket, I'm not Cricket. Your feud with Chip is the reason why Big Coffee went out of business in the first place. Why Miss Cho sold the place. And I've been trying to clean up your messes so no one could see, but I'm tired of this. Okay, you're not listening. Okay, you keep saying that we're family or whatever, but it's gonna get me in trouble. I need to pay for my apartment. Just leave me alone. Okay, it's the security. Get them out of here." And then Cricket's like, "Oh, you're gonna throw us out?" And they put them down the garbage chute. And even Gloria's like, "Oh, dang, this job does have its perks." They are kind of annoying, so I kind of understand why she said that. And then they land on some garbage bags. And I like how Bill's trying to plant some mushrooms along with Nancy. It's pretty cool. It's like, "Oh no, kids, grandma." I mean, sorry, not grandma. Mom. And it's like, "Were you guys trying to provoke Wholesome Foods?" And I was like, "They started it." Um, and there's okay, Plan B. And then Bill's like, "No, like no." And like, no Plan B. And then we hear, "Tss." What's going on? And Chip's on the roof, and he's spray painting Target on the roof. Is he? "Hey Greens, I have good news for you." "What good news for me?" "Your house is now being destroyed because was it City Hall um granted me the permission to build a Wholesome Foods parking lot here." And I like how Alice defends her land. She's like, "Hey, hold on, Slick. This is my land still." I love that. Do not give up what is yours. I mean, unless you really have to, but Alice still has a bit of fire in her. I love it. And the whole hold up, Slick. And then Alice is like, was that Alice? I kind of like how Chip was kind of speaking in her level because he didn't just say house. He said like, "Oh, I was offered the right to seize your land." So that was pretty cool of him. He didn't really have to do that. I mean, it's not, nothing makes him heroic or anything. It's just kind of using the same wording that she does and kind of, I guess, speaking with the common people. I guess you can say. I don't know. That's how I saw it. And it's like, "Oh, but I talked to the mayor and it seems like the people would rather want a Wholesome Foods parking garage or parking lot instead of this." We see chicken fall through the roof. And so like, "Okay, see you Greens," and he goes through like a tube that brings him up to Wholesome Foods, up there. And it's like, "Big city won't miss you." And Tilly's like, "Are we gonna lose our house?" And Cricket's like, "Okay, now we really need that Plan B, and we need to fight Chip." And Nancy's like, "Okay, I like where your head's at, kiddo." And Bill's like, "No, no." Like, I think we just need to move on. Yeah, I know I said before that was kind of maybe, but right now we are gonna lose our house. And even brought up to the point, Nancy, I was having trouble with the bills, with paying the farm. We lost our house, and like you tried to rebel by freeing those dairy cows of the company that was trying to hurt us, but you got locked in jail, and we still lost the farm. And we even see Bill dealing with the tax paper, wearing his glasses, and him shaking hands with this big guy with a mustache, but kind of with a top hat. He's like the businessman who's gonna buy his farm and stuff like that, at least put it up for sale. And it's like Bill's like, we have to face it. We're the little guys, and we can't fight this. And Nancy's like, "Okay, you have a point." I'm glad that Nancy listens to Bill. Their relationship grows. I love that. And it's like, "Okay, Bill, you have a point. We can at least talk. We can go through the proper channels." I look at Tilly's like, "Oh yeah, the sewers." Like, she's like, "No, Tilly, the government. We're gonna talk to the mayor." Because we even see a sign that says Mayor Handstock, and Alice is like, "I didn't vote for him." And if you wonder where Alice is at this moment, when Chip exactly left, okay, we better start fortifying the yard. So Alice is ready to fight back. And that's when Cricket was starting to think of a plan, and with Nancy, then Bill was saying, like, no, we have to move on. And basically, Nancy's like, okay, we're going to talk to the mayor. And then we have Nancy, Cricket, and Tilly in City Hall. And Nancy's like, what do you mean we can't talk to the mayor? And this lady, the assistant, the secretary, is like, oh, I'm sorry, like, you can't. He's the mayor. He's too busy. And he's really important. Okay, you can stay in the standby line. We have this old guy as his next appointment in 45 years. And he's like, oh, I was your age when I sat down here. You know what? I believe it. And basically, we have Chip on this what do we call it? It's like in Paul Blart 2, those what do you call it? I don't know. It's the thing where you like move around so you don't have to walk. And he's like, oh, look who has a mayor. Look who gets to see the mayor without an appointment. Cricket hijacked his scooter thing and make it go AWR, so he crashes. And they go through the door. And Nancy's like, Mayor, we have a bone to pick with you. And then we have the mayor, like, doing the paddle ball thing. And he is an incompetent mayor most of the episode. And I just don't like it. I know it's a trope, but I don't like it. He's like, oh, you're mad at me, my citizens. What can I do to fix this? This was my first complaint in the episode. Everything was going great. We have Cricket, Alice, and Tilly acting like themselves. Gloria's sort of helping the Greens, but also kind of getting tired of them so she doesn't lose their job. Bill trying to keep the family afloat by gardening and also telling them, we're the little guys, we can't win this, so we have to move on. Alice fortifying the house. Nancy listening to Bill, being there for him, say, okay, we'll talk to the mayor. Chip acting like a douchebag. Everything was going so great. We even had the flashback of Bill saying of his reasoning behind why we had to move on. I love it. Everything was great. Then the mayor. Even his voice, I don't mind. It's not great, but it's way better than Dan's voice from that. What was it? Trailer Trouble or Trouble Trailer? That episode when the Stingers stole Nancy's trailer on Mom Night. Dan, his voice was so annoying. I didn't like it. Because even though when Skids and the other people were saying, shut up, Dan, I was 100% with her. Like, yeah, I can't stand his voice. So this guy, his voice is a little bit annoying, but I'll be able to listen to it, like, on repeat. Like, it's fine. So, but he's like, what can I do to fix this? It's like, oh, okay. And then Chip comes in. If you even see the door a little bit open, like, who opened that? Oh, it's Chip. He's inside. He's like, Mayor, did you forget about public opinion? And then the mayor's like, he does like a little flip onto the desk. Okay, sure. He's flexible. Oh, he's nimble. And he's like, oh, right, I can't do anything to help you. And they're like, what? And until he's like, public opinion. And, Chip's like, oh yeah, there was a petition. And Nancy's like, okay, let's see it. She didn't even say, oh, give that to me, or Lily, or she went full force yet. She's like, okay, let's see it. So see if you did the right thing. And she's like, oh no, this is for mine and the mayor's peepers only. And he's like, oh, you're mad? He's starting to take Nancy off. I'm glad it actually took a little bit before Nancy went overboard. I'm really proud of her. She still did a little bit of wrong thing at the end, but it's in character with her. She was pushed to the limit. It makes sense. Where he's like, oh, he's even kissing the tablet. And the mayor's like, oh, he's kissing the computer. And then Nancy chases after Chip, and even the mayor's like, oh, no conflict. He goes under it, the desk, and he's like, just a button, 2 buttons. One says security, one says security blanket. He presses both. He's like, oh, I'm safe. Okay, sure. I'm sorry, but the mayor from Amphibia, in Wartwood, is way, even though he's corrupt, or used to be corrupt, he's a way better mayor. Way better. Oh my goodness. And basically we have a bunch of statues that make the mayor look super buff. And we have Nancy kind of doing something with the towel. So, oh, what's she doing? And she climbs up the statue, and she, oh, come, he's like, come back here, you. And he's shaking the statue. She kicks over the statues and falls on top of Chip. He's like, meep, and poof. And then she's like, okay, kids, let's go. And we're right behind you. And then poof, we have Chip and two other police officers here. He's like, oh, hey, like we heard something going on over here. And basically they're like, oh, we have Chip saying, I can't believe you actually said this on Disney cartoon, but apparently you can, and it does make sense why Chip would say this. Where he said, "Officer, that woman assaulted me." Like, oh wow. But basically, she attacked me, and then Nancy obviously Nancy tries to run, and then obviously he's like, oh, we got a runner. He uses his shoulder as like a whoop. I know he's silly, but sometimes I can't stand it. I wonder. I'm probably gonna let it go this time, but he just whoop, and then poof, he captures her. Why didn't you just jump forward, not shoulder tackle? It kind of reminds me of the shoulder tackle that, what was it, Paper Star from Carmen Sandiego season 1. Is it the Paper Star? Does you decide to do a shoulder tackle to Carmen Sandiego? It was like on that train scene. It's weird like that. I'm not sure which one would be weirder, but I don't know. Both seem weird. Anyway. Ooh, excuse me. But basically, we have Nancy. We even got Officer Keys is like, oh, Nancy arrested again, and we get Cricket, Tilly, and Nancy get sent to the police station. Officer Cricket and Tilly's children, so they were let go, and they didn't attack Chip or anything. And then they say, oh, Nancy, you know the drill, like, you're welcome to jail. Even her leather jacket had to come off, so she's just in her, what was it, her, I would say, like, rock, tank top, I would say. Yeah, I would say, her, like, purple tank top. And then I love how Nancy's first concern is the kids. Because all she knows is that they're outside and something could happen. Chip could go and get them, or they could get kidnapped. So Nancy's like, Cricket, Tilly. And also Nancy kind of thinks, like, what have I done? But I'm also kind of telling Nancy, like, well, you're pushed to your limit. Even though you still did kind of something bad, you're also pushed to your limit. And I love how Nancy's still feeling bad. She's such a great mom. Did she have the most character development throughout season 1, season 2? Yeah? I would say between, I would say Nancy. Second one, I would say like Gloria, maybe? Yeah. Nancy had a lot of character development. From becoming a better mom to becoming a better person. She still has a personality of being that, like, cool person, but she doesn't break the laws often. Just like she said it back in Uncaged, I'm trying to be better. But she knows that Tilly Cricket, especially Cricket, looks up to her. So I'm glad her first concern is the kids. Like, Cricket, Tilly, oh my goodness. I guess okay. And then Cricket's own. The kids have been through so much during like the past minutes, and then basically we have Cricket say, "Oh no, this is bad, What are we gonna do?" And then we hear something pull up. Tilly's looking, and Tilly's like, "It's about to get worse." We have Bill in the truck, and Bill's like, "In." And I'm glad it parallels so when Alice had to pick up Bill from the police station. What was it, back in Green Acres? I think it was that past episode. That was a really good episode. I forgot the score exactly what I gave it, but it was a good episode. Where Alice is like, getting here. I don't want to hear it. So Crick and Tilly trying to explain themselves, but Bill's like, I don't want to hear it. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't want another one of my family members going back in jail. And it's like, look, I know we're the little guys. We're losing this battle. This is happening whether we like it or not. So should we just pack up and move, right? Are we agreeing to this? And Craig and Tilly don't know what to do. The police are sort of against them, along with the mayor. Chip is basically has like all the power. Basically, their mom is in jail. Their father is mad at them. Alice is doing who knows what. They're losing their house. They're running out of time because they had to they have until tomorrow basically. That's what Chip said. Like, oh, I will I'll bulldoze your house now, but according to the stupid law, you have until tomorrow. And they're like, tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. So they have until tomorrow. I forgot to mention that. Sorry. So basically, so they both agree. Like, they didn't even say yes, but even Bill said thank you. And they go inside the house, and then they're like, Cricket, Tilly, and then we have Alice with a bear trap and covered in mud, and she's all covered in mud and dirt, and Bill's like, nope, I'm just gonna let that go. the first step, Bill, and then Bill's like, hey kids, how's the packing going? And then Tilly's like, it was going good, but then we got flooded with great memories at this place, at this house when we moved here. And Bill's like, I know this is hard, but you know, we have to do this. But hey, we can make new memories at a new place. We have some great apartments in our price range. They're awful. I think the first one was like the least awful, but so awful. And I like how Cricket's like, excuse me, Cricket's like, no. The last one's full of clowns looking for a roommate. Yeah, no, they're not clowns. They can't fit in with you. They don't have that physicality of going inside the tiny clown car. They can't do that. And I'm sorry, yawning a little bit. And basically we have what was it? And then they're like, no. And then and Bill's like, well, I'm just gonna keep unpacking. Oh, okay. And then Tilly gets a text on her phone, just saying, wait, was it Cricket's phone? I think it was Cricket's phone, and Tilly picked it up, saying, well, hey, what's this? It's like, oh, hey, Chip sent us something, and well, why would Chip send him something? That's what Nancy was doing on that tablet. She was sending the petition as an email to, Cricket's phone. It's like, oh, it's Chip's petition, and it's like, you know, and a mom must have sent this us before she got captured. She must have, sent it before she got captured to the police. By the police, whatever. And then I'm actually surprised as Cricket, but Cricket's looking at the petition. I was like, who even signed that? And Cricket's like, wait, Brett, Kiki, Benny? I was like, okay, this is either they're really good actors pretending to like Cricket, or this is fake. Because I was like, Brett, we just left on good terms. Well, actually, maybe not good terms, because it is sort of the Green's fault, sort of why Brett had to move out. So maybe Brett came back and signed a petition. Oh, that'd be really messed up. It wasn't really their fault. But Cricket did give the idea to Chip to buckle up and stop acting like a baby and like stop making goofy plans, actually step up, sort of. So it's kind of Cricket's fault. So Cricket also feels kind of guilty. And then Cricket's like, all these are people we know, and some of them are even our friends and neighbors. Do people not like us? And Cricket's a little heartbroken. And this one was the most heartbreaking to me, where Tizzy is worse to your brother. Look, you must have only skimmed it. Look, take a look at that one. And Cricket's like, what do you mean? He's like, no. I was like, what? And then we moved to Remy's house. And then I was like, it must be a wonderful day. And then Cricket obviously attacks him like, betrayer. And then obviously Remy's like, Vasquez, like, help me. And he's like, Cricket, what's going on? And then Cricket's like, oh, don't play dumb. You've been on Chip's side since day one, huh? Our whole friendship's been a lie, isn't it? And then obviously Vasquez shoots Cricket with a net gun just to contain him. And then obviously Vasquez is like, Master Remy, are you okay? I knew that boy would go rabid one day. It's true, Cricket may have rabies, but maybe not. And then obviously Cricket's like, and then obviously Remy, this is his best friend, and obviously his best friend thinks he hurt him in some way. So obviously Remy wants to know what's going on, and Remy's like, whoa, hold on, let's everyone just calm down. You're stressing me out. He's like, whew. Cricket, I would never betray. I didn't betray you. Like, what are you talking about? Cricket takes off the net, and he's like, I'm talking about this, your petition to destroy our house. And obviously Remy's like, I didn't sign that. Cricket, you have to believe me. Like, this must be fake. And Cricket's like, oh, that means Chip lied to us. Oh, that should make sense. Which I'm like, 50%. The other 50% is that in, what was it, Chipwrecked? Yeah, Chipwrecked. Remy was on Chip's board that had a question mark next to him and plus money. So I have a little thing where maybe Chip asked, when I was watching the episode for the first time, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe Chip bargained Remy with his house's fortune, maybe, to like make sure the Greens move out of town or something, to like make sure their house gets destroyed. And because Remy wants to protect his family, that's the reason why he had to do it. So I'm kind of like 50%, but also Chip is a douchebag, so it's 50% possible that he would lie about making a real petition. So I'm kind of 50-50. I'm like, because and also why another 50% of why the petition could be real is because he's with the mayor's side, he's within City Hall. You kind of want to do things legally, because even he said the stupid law gives you until tomorrow to demolish your house. So obviously, he is going within the law range right now. Sorry about that. I'll keep talking to clean my glasses. What happens next? Oh, and basically, Chris said, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then Remy's like, hey, because my name is fake, maybe the others are fake too. I can't say for 100% sure, but we need to figure this out. Because I'm not going to be known as someone who wants your house demolished, because that's not who I am. And then, Cricket said, this is crazy information, we gotta tell my mom. And I love how Tilly tried to, I guess she came later. I wonder what she was doing. Maybe she was actually talking to Bill and Alice, saying where they were going. We're gonna go hang out at Remy's place, and basically Bill's like, Bill probably thought it was a good idea. It's like, okay, you can take a break from packing, just hang out with your friend. So Bill was probably thinking that they were gonna just take a break from packing and forget about this whole Chip business and just have a good few last moments before everything goes hectic. So I think that's probably why Tilly came late. It was just unsaid. Yeah, which is fine. They didn't really have to explain it. I mean, I didn't mind it too much. And basically Tilly's like, oh, you betrayer. You've been on Chip's side since day one. And I like how Vasquez is in a position to protect Master Remy, but he doesn't move because, one, Remy isn't really freaking out, and also Tilly, obviously Vasquez knows what's going on, but their house being destroyed, so obviously Tilly would be upset. So Vasquez is in like a stance to like move against Tilly, but he's not moving. So I think it's very well good of Vasquez to not forcefully hurt Tilly until like he has to. So thumbs up for Vasquez. I love him. He's a good character. And I look at Cricket's like, hey, Remy's clean. And Tilly's like, oh, I'm sorry, Remy. And we get to the prison cell. Obviously Nancy's sad up because everything that she did and what's going on. And basically we have Cricket and Tilly upside down. I love how their hair looks upside down also. It's really funny. And it's like, Mom, it's us, your children. We need to talk to you. And then, like, kids? What are you doing? Why are you upside down? And then Cricket's like, no time to explain. I'm glad they're using the Remington's helicopter and Vasquez is holding them down. And we see Remy peering through out the door, kind of seeing what's going on, but safely, so he doesn't like fall off. Even if Vasquez would totally catch him, but still, it would be dangerous. And Ooh, that's better. Let's see. What happens next? Oh, right, let's see. Mom, we gotta talk to you. Look, the petition's fake. Chip faked it. And then Nancy's like, yeah, that figures Chip would make a fake petition, but you need to have proof for because the police and the mayor's kind of already against us already, so they wouldn't take our word for it. And they would probably take it against it now, as you need to have proof that our best bet is to go to Chip's office computer and say, "Oh, Cricket, are you okay?" Is yeah, his face is the blood's rushing to his head. I just need to toss up the juices, Vasquez, and Vasquez like shaking Cricket. I love it. He's whew, okay, yeah, okay. Chip's computer. I love this. They care about their mom so much. I love it. Tilly's like, what if it backfires? We don't want anything else to happen to you. But maybe Nancy would confess like, hey, it was my idea for them to go to Chip's office to find out if the petition's fake, and then Nancy's like, oh, it was a bad idea, and just blame me. Nancy could get a longer sentence probably. I mean, I really don't know how long this more sentence would be, like how much longer it would be, but it'd probably be longer. Yeah, it could be. Nancy's like, hey, don't worry about me. It stinks of me to be in here, but I did something I thought was right, but to the law, it was wrong. So I had to serve my sentence in here, so I'm not leaving until everything gets resolved. I had to say. But you guys, you have another chance. You have another chance to fight for our family. I wish I could be out there to fight for you, my family, but I can't. So, but it hurts my soul that Dingleberry, like Cricket, hurts the people I love. But hey, if we go down swinging. I love Nancy so much. I love her so much. Uh, is it as much as I love Edith from the Owl House? No. But I would say Edith's like number one. Nancy would be like number three. I'm not sure who would be number two for like best moms. But it's really close. Oh, I love Nancy so much. And then we'll go down swinging. I love how Nancy holds Cricket and Tilly's hand. We said this is their mother, and she wants to comfort her children. Even though she's behind bars, they're upside down. So they fly off, and Nancy's basically like, she didn't say this, but I bet she's saying, good luck. And this is where we get to this part right here. Yep, was talking for a long time, which makes sense. This would be like around where in like a few minutes, this is where part 2 would like start. So it makes sense why it was taking a long time. And I love how Bill is looking at the photo, kind of like, aw. And then look, the bulldozers are here, and look at Chip in the limo. It's a, hey, I'm sorry, Greens, I just couldn't wait until morning. So I'm gonna be bulldozing your house precisely at midnight. TikTok Greens. TikTok. Technically, he's still in the right, even though Al said, like, oh, that dingbat came early. He did. But he said you have until tomorrow. Technically, midnight is tomorrow. Like, right now, it's tomorrow. And it's like, oh, that dingbat came early. And it's like, oh, you have 8 minutes. And, we have, Cricket, Tilly, and Remy, going to Bill. Is it, oh, there you guys are. And it's like, hey, we have a great plan to stop Chip. And Tilly's like, exciting, right? Bill's like, no, it's not exciting. Our best bet is to move while we still can. Let's go to pack all the rest of our stuff. Cricket's like, okay, that's not thinking straight. Group huddle. Okay, Remy and I are going to go to Chip's office, find his computer, and see if it's true, if the petition's fake. Tilly, I need you and Grandma to buy time. Okay, buying time is my specialty. And then, this is where Chip breaks the law, because he's like, oh, come on, the clock move faster. It's midnight somewhere. It does not mean it's midnight in Big City. So no, you're breaking the law now. So, boo you. And they're moving the bulldozers. Alice is like, what are you waiting for? Go. Okay, ready for some action till? Is like, yep. Alice brings these helmets like from like the back from her back. Like it doesn't make any sense. Kind of like how Anne from the Amphibia would take her tennis racket out of her skirt pocket, even though it looks like there's no tennis racket in there. I know it's a cartoon, but still, come on. Have her have like a secret compartment where she gets it out, like in a secret chest, and then gives one to Tilly. Like it really kind of made special. Come on, do something like that. And then, see, this is really cool. Why couldn't you do the helmet's cool? Where she turns the knob, and then those patches are actually spikes. Like, they're just stakes. And then Chip's like, oh, come on. And then I was like, hey, that should hold them for a little bit. We're at Wholesome Foods, and it's like, it's closed. What does the hour say? I'm interested. Sunday. From 9 a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Okay. Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. So Monday through Saturday, you can get here early. It's open early and it closes later. So, okay. Later than usual. Okay. And it says closed, and it's like, remember, so what are we going to do? But it's closed, and we can't use the moving door. This is how they get in through the garbage chute. Wholesome garbage. And they're like, and they're covering their mouths, and the guy obviously hears something. Remember Swig's getting into Cricket's eyes? Oh my goodness. And he's like, we spotted by the cameras. We spotted two boys by the door. We need to get them. And they're like, whew, that was close. And they're like, okay, we're here. I said, we need a key card to get into the elevator. Okay, that's really smart. Not just allowing people to go into the elevator to like business stuff. And I love the light. I love this. Remy's like, oh, Remy, here goes college. There goes college. But hey, look, it's Gloria. I love it. And Cricket's like, oh, this is perfect. We need your key card to get to Chip's office. And Gloria's like, no, dude. I'm sorry, but I can't lose my job. No, not because of you again. And Cricket's like, please, Gloria. My family needs your help. Please. I don't want to play too much. Okay, I'll play around here, but basically saying like, hey, weren't we always there for you? And not to guilt trip her, but kind of to tell her that, hey, we are kind of like family in a way. You are kind of like my older sister with just more experience than, that Tilly does. Like, we helped you so many times. Can you please help us with this? Like, please, Gloria. I just want to play this right here.
A little better. Haven't we been there for you when you needed us? Gloria, you're a real peach. Chip's office is on floor 7. Hold it right.
Sorry, I don't want to play too much. Look at this buff lady. But I said, hey, weren't we always there for you when you needed us? Like, yeah, when Gloria was gonna move out of big city. They were protecting her car because her car was about to be towed away. And then Gloria's like, hey guys, that was amazing. Why did you do that? And Bill's like, hey, the first day we moved here, our car was towed away and no one helped us. You're a friend, Gloria. We wanted to help you. And Gloria's kind of realizing that now. And I love how Greg said, hey, Gloria, you're a real peach. I love it. She is a peach. And she says, Chip's office is on floor 7. Oh, don't go anywhere. And obviously, Gloria is protecting the kids. I love it. Because this buff lady, who knows what she's going to do to these kids? I mean, I don't think she's going to kill them or anything, but I don't know. But it's like, are you going to be okay, Gloria? Hey, don't worry. I know Taekwondo. I love how Cricket's like, oh, wait. What's that? This was really lame. This, Gloria's like, purple bet. Words. Purple belt. Don't fail me now. Come on. Spoilers. We see a fight between the Wholesome Food construction workers with Allison Vasquez. I probably shouldn't spoil it. Whatever, I put a spoiler warning anyway. Why didn't you fight between Gloria and this buff lady? Come on. We see Gloria with a black eye and with these scraps in her hair, with her hat's torn. How did that happen? How did her hair get messed up? Come on. Seriously. Man, that was really lame. When I first watched it, I was like, oh yeah. Man. Maybe they didn't have enough budget. Maybe. No, it's still lame. And I like how Gloria's like, this means I'm fired, right? She's like, yeah. oh well, she just flings her into the garbage with her. And I like how Gloria kind of sees it as a win. She's like, yeah. But, glass. And she's like, hey, come on. Oh, what kind of, you're all useless. Hey, come on, wreckers. And then I like how it tells you, grandma, and you stay calm. They have these corn archers, archery. I love it. And I like how Bill's like kind of so packing. He's like, what the heck is going on? And Cricket's like, let's give these doors a try. I love this painting. It's done so well. I love the red in the background with Cricket, Chip's suit with the money around. I love it so much. And this desk. It looks really cool. I would want this to be a big city. Maybe instead this building could have been like a tall building, like Big Bang Tower or something, or the Statue of Responsibility or something like that. I would love a view like that. And then I like Remy say, "Hey Cricket, since we went through so many doors, you think this one is his office?" Yeah, Cricket said, "Yeah, it is." And they kept on making educated guesses, and I like how Remy kept on making insulting things to Cricket through the passwords, because that's what Chip would do. Chip, I'm getting tired. Because that's what Chip would do. Is Cricket's not smart or anything. 1, 2, 3, and then Cricket said, "Hey, try something else." Okay, that's enough. Oh, hey, it worked. Hey, we're in. I love the fact of wholesome foods. I love how this is a tooth. And I love that it's wholesome foods, the building, and I love how we can see Cricket and Remy's reflection. I absolutely love that, because you would, yeah, if it was really clean. They're still getting tapped by corn. Shield formation, and they're like, okay, we're in trouble. I like how Cricket's like, Remy, the family's in trouble. And I like how we see their like fingerprints and handprints onto the glass, because we can see it. Well, not really the prints, but we can see like through the other side, we can see like the mark, I guess, or the indentation, I guess you can say. I like how Remy's like, don't worry, your family, you're with me. You're my best friend. Don't worry. Code Red. I love this. Vasquez is here. Oh my goodness, this is so awesome. Because Vasquez just didn't make that one appearance to protect Remy from Cricket and Tilly, because they thought Remy was a betrayer. He's gonna help the Greens. I love how Cricket's like, yeah, those goons are so dead. I just want to play this right here. I love it so much.
The Greens are Master Remy's dearest friend. Anyone who tries to mess with him has to deal with Vasquez.
And Alice has a thing for Vasquez, maybe? Because she's like, oh, huppity buppity. But I love Vasquez so much, because he is so strong. I love it. Because he's like, oh, the Greens are Master Remy's dearest friends, and when one tries to mess with them, you're gonna mess with Vasquez. Yes. I like how Chip's like, can we please focus on the human death machine? And I like how Vasquez just defeats all of them, sort of. He's like, fools. And I like how I love how we show strong between the two strongest characters, which is Vasquez and Alice, I think, through the entire show, through all the characters. Yeah, I think they might be the strongest. And I'm glad that one doesn't overshadow the other or tries to prove, oh, I'm stronger than you because of so-and-so. No, they're both here for each other. They're going to both protect the house. They're going to both protect the children. And they both sort of care about each other. Well, they know each other, basically. And so Alice protects Vasquez with a sword against the sledgehammer. And I like how Vasquez is like, oh, Miss Green. And she's like, oh, yeah, I couldn't let you have all the fun hotshot. I love this right here. Yeah, come and get it. This lady has a chainsaw. Dang, please do not be near the children. Do not cut them up. And Alice is doing all this in slippers. Wow. Okay, I love. If this is a thumbnail, that'd be awesome. But a thumbnail will actually be pretty good. I don't think it'll really be like a lame thumbnail. So I think this would be pretty good. Yeah, so this would be great. This is Vasquez and Alice, the two strongest characters in the show, just gonna battle it out against these construction workers. I love it. And you basically have so basically we had the lady that was with Gloria that beat her up. I can't believe that was off screen. And she basically said, "Oh, Mr. Whistler, I'm so sorry, sir, but two children, escaped me. I was unable to stop them. He's going up to your office." And then she's like, "They're gonna find everything." By then I was like 95% sure that the petition's fake, because why would he say that? But he could be talking about something else. But you basically know the petition's fake. I mean, I shouldn't really say that, but yeah. And it's like, "Oh, you're fired. You're fired." Even though she totally defeated Gloria. But okay. And it's like, "Oh, I'm done playing." It's like, "Oh, you two are with me." Like, come on. And we have sorry. And we basically have yeah, so we basically have Alex and Vasquez still trying to defend the house, and we have Tilly, throwing like tomatoes, like, "Go guys, go!" And we basically have Bill still like moving boxes. They're like, "Whew!" And then Tilly is starting to move the boxes, and then Bill's like, "Tilly, what are you doing?" "I'm putting everything back." "Tilly, you have to understand. I had to move you away from this craziness," which I think is really good. We have Maria and Medea again. I said, "Oh, the news." What was it? The news tower told us this is a place to exploit some news. So, and she needs some money, so. Maria and Medea here sees that a conflicting between two groups of people and a family in crisis, and we move to Bill and Tilly. And Bill's like, "Tilly, this is happening whether we like it or not." So we either have two options. We can stay here and win a losing we can stay here and try to win a losing battle, or we can move on like we always do. And then Tilly's like, "Papa, the battle isn't lost. Look, we're still fighting. When we stand up for ourselves, it makes a difference. Just like Mama freed those dairy cows." And I like Bill's point here. Is like, what difference did it make? We still lost the farm, and she went to jail. She shouldn't try to fight a losing battle. This is where Tilly's logic kind of gets a little miscued. Just this one line where she says, "I'm glad she did." "You're glad your mom broke the law." This again, everything else she says is just beautiful. Where she says, Mama knew the risk, but she couldn't just sit by and let our family be attacked. Maybe we are just the little guys." And I like how Maria Medea is like saying, "This is really good, get it." And everyone around Big City, the world or just Big City? I think just Big City is just watching this and kind of in awe, like, "Whoa, this little girl is trying to protect her family. I love it." And they're like, "Whoa, like, she's trying to protect her family." They didn't really say anything, but you could tell by their faces. And then Tilly's like, "Isn't our family worth fighting for?" And Bill's like, "Oh, like, Bill's trying to find the words." Because Tilly's speech was really powerful. I just taken a point out because of the whole thing. Tilly didn't really bring like an explanation really of this one thing where Bill says, "We still lost the farm, and Nancy went to jail." When Nancy tried to feed those cows. And Tilly's like, "I'm glad she did that anyway." So But you made the Bill's point that, like, you know what I mean? Of Nancy tried to fight a losing battle, and both bad things happened. Nancy went to jail, and they both lost the farm. And that's why you're living with Grandma, even though Grandma's awesome. That's why you had to move. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like there was something else that was like missing from that speech. Everything else was great. Just saying, oh, I'm glad she did. But you lost the farm, and Nancy went to jail. Whatever. Anyway. And I love how Nancy's like watching the newscast. Oh, but no, sorry, that's not that yet. Oh, and I like how when and Bill's like, and then Chip interrupts him, which makes sense because Chip's the villain. You know, Chip's like, oh, this is taking too long. Send the writers. He's like, oh, he brings out like a trumpet, and then Chip's like, hey, and then we have these people on these jackhammers, and then Till's like, Papa, what are we gonna do? And then Bill just runs inside, and she's like, Papa, and then they're about to attack Tilly. They're not caring. Ooh. And then I like how Vasquez and Alice immediately try to get to Tilly. Don't worry, we're coming. And obviously, but the people with the sledgehammers are trying to block their way. I like how Tilly's like, I'm not letting anyone touch my house, our house. And Bill says, neither am I. He went inside to get some chicken feed and threw at them, and then Tilly doesn't know what it is. Like, that didn't even slow them down. Oh, don't worry, it's not supposed to. It's chicken feed, and a bunch of chickens that were inside the house starts going onto them and start pecking their eyes. And they're like, no, my so vulnerable eyes, avenge me, brother. And a bunch of the rest of the construction workers try to take the house by force. And then Bill's like, stand back, Tilly, because he's trying to protect his daughter. It's time I start fighting for a home. And she's like, really, Papa? He's like, well, you were right, Tilly. I want to move on. And he starts when the construction worker gets close to the house and his daughter, he picks them up and throws them. I love it. And it's like, you know, you had a point when, like, even though this might be a losing battle, we shouldn't go out without fighting. Because I was just afraid that we were gonna lose something important again. That's why I wanted to move on. And then Tilly's like, oh, all right, Papa. And I like how Vasquez and Alice are proud of him. Alice is like, attaboy, Bill. And we have Vasquez dodging a bunch of the punches from the construction workers, and he punches one. Like, not like knocks him out cold, but just poof, punches him. And we have Tilly riding the cow, trying to chase him off. And we have this is where we get to the newscast where Nancy's watching. Stay strong, family. See, Nancy hasn't broken out yet. I love that. And so they, oh, I should be there. And then Chip say, oh golly, like your house is being destroyed, like, although, like, and then Nancy's like, yeah, I wish I could be there to help. I want to help my family. I didn't like this. This is very weird. Where he says, I don't want your family to move. You're my favorite people to police. That is so weird. Why couldn't it be you're my favorite you're my favorite family to look after? Because and it goes with the flashbacks of him saving Cricket and Remy for the heat wave, and giving thumbs up to Nancy with the whole animals thing at the zoo. You know, to do stuff like that. Oh, him working with Cricket to catch the litter thief. I love that. I mean, I would love that if they would actually show that. And then I look and Nancy's like, keys, please. He's like, okay, sure, okay, I'm gonna let you out. Your family needs you. And then he's like, oh, then thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. And he's like, oh, not before we get the mayor. He's like, oh boy, you ask for a lot of favors. I like it. We get to Cricket's like, okay, how's the clickety clackety going, Remy? Is it like, Cricket, I think I found what we were looking for. He's like, in English, Remy? Like, he was speaking English. Whatever. Hey, look, Cricket, look. And he's like, hey, check out the IP addresses. If this came from all over big city, they should all be different. But since this is the same one, since this is the same one, they basically came from this computer, basically, or came from one source. So not just my signature is fake, all of them are. And Cricket's like, oh, that means Big City actually doesn't hate us. And he's like, booyah. I love that. And so they print it out, and Chip's like, oh, bravo, you little scamps. Oh, now give me. And then it's like, Cricket, run. And after him, I like how Remy's acting skills came back into play. Where he's like, hey, I have one thing to say to you. He's like, oh, does anyone see my dad? And he's doing big fake tears. And then obviously the bodyguards fall for it. Even Chip's like, guys, it's fake, but Remy's just gotten so better with his acting. He's like, oh, we found the best boy, this brave boy, just looking for his father. Oh, anyone can help assist him. This brave boy. We still need to catch the Cricket. And he went to the air vent, and he's like, okay, that's it. I'm putting an end to this. I'm done playing. Sorry, I'm getting really tired. This is where we get to Alice. Oh, they just keep on coming. They actually made it past Alice, Vasquez, Bill, and Tilly. They start using sledgehammer to knock over the chicken coop. Start breaking into the house, like the outside. Alice puts down her sword, like, oh my goodness, we're losing. And we hear police siren. Then we have Officer Keys along with Nancy. Then we bring back the mayor. Great. And it's like, oh, you guys would bring me out. You guys brought me from the most wonderful dream. And it's all midnight. And it's like, Mr. Mayor, you have to stop this. I'm sorry, but the petition. Nancy, Mayor, the petition's fake. And that would change things. But where's the proof? You have Cricket with the petition in his mouth trying to crawl in the air vent. And then Jesus like, hey. And then they're like, oh, Cricket? He's like, oh, you had to stop Chip's plan. The petition's fake. And I can prove it. And then and large blow of wind makes Cricket like drop the let go of the petition. And Chip finally got that helicopter. I love it. Because remember from what was it? What was this, season 1? Yeah, it was season 1 when Chip said, oh, go get the helicopter, and then with a wholesome Greg said that, oh, we only have a van. It's fine, just go get the van. So they couldn't afford a helicopter. Now you can. And I love that, oh, oops, he did my chopper get in the way. And I love Cricket's face, like, are you kidding me? All that work climbing all those flights through the air vent, and now it's just gone. I like how the mayor's like, I didn't like it, but he's like, it's a perfect response, like, because all the helicopter noise and stuff like that, and with the wind, I don't know what the paper was about, because it was really loud, but you need to accept that the majority of big city wants your family to leave. I love this. Everyone says, no, we don't. And we see everyone. We see the voice actor for Fozzie Bear, the dentist, that was Dr. Nemo. We see Skids. We see Mr. and Mrs. Remington. Rochelle and Russell. We see Andromeda. We see Kiki. We see Benny. Was it Benny there? I know Kiki was there. Andromeda was there also. I love it. And I like how oh, my citizens. And Russell's like, we've been watching the news, Mr. Mayor. And so like, oh yeah, you can't you'll tell the Greens to leave. That's what Kiki said. And then the mayor's like, I thought you wanted the Greens to leave. And I like how Skids is like, we may not always get along. And then what was it? Mr. Gregorian's back. He's like, they may be stinky and oh, we have Community Sue here also. They may be loud. And we have Brett along with a bunch of other people saying that doesn't matter. The real nice people. We want the Greens to stay. And then the mayor's like, oh, everyone's mad at me. How am I supposed to fix this? And then Nancy hands the mayor a megaphone, saying, "Do what you do best, mayor. Make people happy." He's like, "Oh yeah, gotcha. Is it okay, everyone? Your mayor hears you. Chip cannot follow through on his plan, and the Greens can stay in your house. So yeah, but wholesome food has to put back everything originally how it was." And Tilly said, "Oh yes, our house is saved." And I like how Chip said, "What?" And then I like how this is props to the mayor. I give 1 point, good point to the mayor, where yeah, 1 point, because he actually tells Chip, I'm sorry to say this, but you're banned from Big City. Ooh, that's great. I love it. Is oh, you can't ban me? And Cricket's like, yay, we did it. And then Chip goes for the murder shot. He's like, Cricket Green, you made a fool of me for the last time. He pulls out the propeller blade, is about to chop him, and it's a tall building. He's like, oh, this better work, and he jumps down, goes onto the what's it like the banner that says like now open or something. It it rips. It's like, oh, someone better catch me, and the helicopter's moving down trying to kill him, and he's oh, someone catch me. He lets go, and Bill's like, I got you, boy. And like, I got you, son. And then Cricket's like, oh my good, all my decisions are good ones. And then we have all the greens in the center. Oh my goodness, I love it. Perfect shot for Chip. He's like, now I can get rid of all the greens all at once. He has crazy eyes. And then I like this. Everyone's ducking while Cricket's like, oh, come and get me, you chicken. And Chip's helicopter, the legs, gets caught in the what would you call it, the telephone wires. And then it obviously gets stuck, and Chip slams his face. He has a black eye, and he chips his tooth. The final chip tooth. I love it. And then what was it? Chip. Cricket's like, well, it looks like you're the one who doesn't belong in Big City. And then obviously Chip's not holding on to the controls to move forward, so he lets go. He's like, why you? And then obviously the helicopter is gonna move back, and then one final to Chip from Cricket, bingo bango, and then the helicopter flies back. We don't know where it landed. Ooh, I wonder if that's actually gonna come back. But I don't want to see him in Big City again because he's been banned. Unless we get a new mayor, but I kind of want a new mayor, but I just don't want Chip back in Big City. Whew. Oh man. And yeah, the construction workers kind of trying to put back everything. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll put that back." And we have I would say like a week later, we have big coffee that says for rent. I wonder who's gonna buy that. That's gonna be really interesting. And we have Mr. Gregorian, the old lady, and Brett moving back into the apartment complex. And we have so Tilly's like, I'm so glad we're back in our house. And then Bill has the same photograph that I showed earlier. It was in the beginning of the clip that showed that imperfect photo, and Bill's kind of like smiling. Yeah, this is us. And everyone's like, oh, Cricket's like, oh, I'm sorry. Now Tilly's like, no more bulldozers, no more Chip, no more problems. At least for now. And Cricket's like, good to have back again. Same old. And then we have Gloria came here, and I'm taking a point out for this. We're Bill's like, hey Gloria, how you doing? What are you doing? She has a box with her. And he's like, oh, I'm moving in here. Because since due to this crazy family, I lost both of my jobs. So I'm gonna be living here for a while. I don't want to hear anything about it. And then she goes inside, and even Cricket's like, is she serious? And then Bill's like, yeah, I guess so. And that's the end of the episode. I would have preferred even the episode would have been longer. I would have been totally fine with it, where Cricket would have had a nice a compassion moment where he says, "You guys, even though we're still unpacking, I gotta go find Gloria." And Bill's like, "Okay," or Nancy or Alice or Tilly or someone say, "Okay." And Cricket knows where Gloria's apartment is. We see Gloria packing up. And then Cricket said, "Oh, Gloria, I want to say thank you so much for helping us protect our family." And then Gloria said, "Oh, hey, no problem, Cricket." And he said, "Oh, what are you doing with these boxes?" "Well, I'm officially moving back with my parents in, what was it, Medford Park? I can't believe I remember that." Is it weird? You're really moving back to out of big city? Yeah, I don't have anywhere else to go. I lost my job because I helped you. Now I can't pay my rent. And Cricket said, "Hey, why don't you just stay with us?" And he said, "No, I couldn't just do that. Hey, you're family. Family stays with family, right?" And then Gloria's like, "Well, okay, but it's only gonna be temporary." And yeah, no problem. And then that's where Cricket is in the car with Gloria, and we get a nice montage of them looking through the sights and stuff like that. Then we get home, we have Cricket explain the whole situation to Alice and Bill, and then they accept Gloria staying here, and then they move Gloria to the basement. Big spoilers for the next episode. Sorry, Gloria's staying in the basement. I would have preferred something like that than this Gloria saying, "I'm moving here and because I said so." Alice can kick you out. It's her land. She doesn't have to have you here, okay? So I would have preferred that. Even though it would have been more minutes, have more minutes. It's fine. Had the episode longer. It's fine. So, yeah, so I'm giving this a 85%. Yeah, this is a B plus. This was a great episode. Again, my only my complaints were, yeah, I would say my 3 main complaints. Again, I wish the Gloria one, like, I like the idea of Gloria living with them. It's gonna be pretty funny. But I would have preferred Cricket going to her, and we have Gloria the second attempt trying to move back to Medford Park, but something not gets in the way, but something brings it to realization of where I don't have to move back to my parents, and I have another opportunity, like another living situation, I guess. So that's my first one. The second one, I wish we got in the fight between Gloria, between that big lady, the one that was fired from Chip. That's my second one. The second one, I guess, would be I guess that Tilly line. I feel like that line should have add something more, where Bill said that, "Hey, what difference did it make? We lost the farm, and Nancy went to jail." And Tilly's like, "I'm glad she did." And the rest of the speech was awesome. Just the whole. I wish Tilly would have explained more, other than, a mama couldn't stand back and watch her family be attacked. Yeah, I get it, but Bill tried to explain that, yeah, but we still lost the farm, Tilly. Now what? What's your explanation for that? I felt the conversation could have been longer, actually. Maybe that could have helped. But those are my 3 main, flaws with the episode. So yeah, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't have class, right? Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Big City Greens Season 2, Episode 22, which is called Rent Control and Pools Gold. So yeah, the first segment's called Rent Control, and the second one's called Pools Gold. So, okay. Sorry. I'll see you guys tomorrow for that. Okay? Bye.